Hello, this is Kerwin, and I am a fellow travel blogger. Some of you may not know me, but for those who do not know me, I've been to about 19 TBEXs. The first one was TBEX Keystone in Colorado, and the last one I attended was TBEX Lafayette, um, which was, I guess, 2022. Uh, I normally do, I've done the opening welcome session. So some of you, when you first attended TBEX, I was the one who welcomed you all. And I've also done various different topics from time to time at different TBEXs. I think in Lafayette, I did one about uh, things you need to know about the airline, but you just were afraid to ask, or something like that. It was, but it was basically telling you how to have a better travel experience. I've noticed this talk really though is about AI, because I've noticed in the threads, people are talking about AI, and I know as a travel writer, some people feel threatened that AI is going to take over their writing, it's going to steal their content and all that. I am not here to talk about that. I am here to show you how you can use AI to work for you, in essence, right? Because whatever technology, there's the bad side. But as humans, we tend to focus on the bad things rather than the good things. Think about it, right? How many headlines do you see that say, hey, today was a good day? The sun came out today. But you're always going to see, oh, this person died. This plane had an incident. This person is being annoying. You see that all over the news. So I'm going to concentrate on the good that AI can do for you. And it's by no coincidence that I have a city behind me. I don't know if not many people may know this city if you've never been to the continent. This is Australia. And what you're looking at behind me is the Rod Laver Stadium. And this is where they play tennis, the US, well, the Australian Tennis Open, which I think is going to be in January. And one of the cool things in travel, if you want to write about it, is you can do the Grand Slam. And the Grand Slam is where, it's not, I call it the spectator Grand Slam, because what you can do, you can try to attend all four tennis matches, massive matches. This is the one in Australia, which is one you're looking at behind me. And this was, I forgot what year it was that I went. And then you can also do, I guess it's Paris is next, and then Wimbledon, or is it Wimbledon and then Paris? I think it's Wimbledon and then Paris. And then finally the US Open in New York. And so if you go to all four, you can even do a whole blog post around attending, how to attend the Grand Slam, the tennis Grand Slam. But anyway, but this is related because I'm going to show you how I had a post that I wrote about Melbourne a little while back. And what I want to do with this post is I want to promote it, and I want ChatGPT to help me to promote it. And then I actually want to pitch the Melbourne Tourism Board to come back again, and I want to get ChatGPT to help me. Now, the thing about ChatGPT or AI is that, and ChatGPT is not the only one, and I'm going to show you that there are some other versions out there, but the concept is the same, right? All AI does is really helps you it makes your life easier. And you're using AI, but you don't even realize it. So for example, if you were to search in I'm using a Mac. If you're searching your Mac, if you search for, say, Delta Airlines, it will go through and pull up everything in all the images and whatever it is in your computer that says Delta Airlines. And it's not just documents, it's photos. So in my case, what happened is that I have a lot of images with the flight information displays at the airport, and Delta Airlines is on it. And so it pulls all those up. It's kind of annoying because sometimes when you're searching for a particular thing, because I have so many photos with flight information displays, I end up seeing a lot of those. But AI is out there. And one thing I wanted to show you too with AI, and I'm going to share my screen. I was in the process of when I was just creating this presentation, I wanted to do a heading. And I'm using Microsoft PowerPoint. And in Microsoft PowerPoint, as soon as you come up, there's something called, just move this little thing out of the way, designer. And what designer is designer just goes through and it's going to give me some design ideas. So if I put in here and I say how to, notice it's changing, right? How to use AI in your travel business. And what it's doing over here is it's coming up with different ideas. And if I click on it, see it's now generating some more design ideas. And so it came up with this one. And I could use this one. And if I go a little off of here, but this is all AI. It's just it's taking what I have and it's making it fancy easier, because then I would have to go create that, and I don't want to create that. So it's just artificial intelligence. It's just a computer helping you. So think of AI as getting help. Now, so this is ChatGPT, right? This is one of the items out there, the AI tools out there. Don't get hung up with the tool. Just try to figure out how you can use a tool to help you. And remember, I said that there's always bad things about the tool, but you don't have to concentrate on those bad things. Just accentuate the positive. So there's ChatGPT, which is chat.openai.com. OpenAI is the name of the company that created it. And there's Bard. And Bard is the one that's done from Google, and that's bard.google.com. And there's also Claude, which is claude.ai. And you can go and sign up for this as well. And then there's one called Poe. Poe is not really an AI, but it is a tool that brings the AIs together. So inside of Poe, they have an assistant that's also written for an AI. Or I could ask Claude, or I could ask ChatGPT-4, which is a paid version. What it does, it gives me one, I think it gives me one a day that I can ask ChatGPT-4. ChatGPT-4 is a version that's more advanced because the ChatGPT 3.5, which is what they're up to, will only give you information up to 2021. And people are like, well, that's old. Really? That's a lot of information up to 2021. Think of it as when we had the encyclopedias. We used to go in and get the encyclopedias in the library, right? So it's the same kind of thing. And there are a ton of different versions of assistants that Poe can connect. And it's just poe.com, you sign up. And then there are some little bots in there that it can do little things for you. But today, the one that we're going to use is ChatGPT, because that's the one that's most familiar to everyone. Now, the cool thing about ChatGPT is you have to create an account. You do need a real phone number. You can't use that one of those Google phone numbers. It has to be a real phone number that you use to sign up for ChatGPT. And once you sign up, every time you do something, it stores it over here, so you can always go back to it. And one of the things I'm doing, I'm working on a newsletter, which is I'm from Jamaica, and I'm trying to share the Jamaican culture with my readers. And I'm creating a newsletter, and the newsletter it's going to be a paid newsletter. And what it will do is every day it'll send a Jamaican expression. And so I'm working with ChatGPT to try to figure out the expressions. And I'm the expert, not ChatGPT. I'm just using that so it can help me formulate the emails and things like that. So one of the things that it did was oftentimes it makes a mistake. So it'll give me an expression. I'm like, no, that's not what it means. And so that's where you come in, right? You are the expert, and you're just using the tool ChatGPT to help you to formulate things. So it's a daily email, and so I'm having it create the emails for me. So I worked with it and I told it what I wanted in an email, the tone of voice I wanted in an email, the format, how I want the greeting to be, how I want the closing to be. And so that email is tailored for me. And then it goes out, it pulls the expressions, and it pulls the meanings, and then I tell it whether it's right or wrong. It's really been good, but sometimes it says it wrong, and I go, that's not it. And whenever I tell it that's not it, it corrects itself, and it said, okay, redo it again, and this is the meaning, and then it does it. So that's one of the ways that you can do. This would have taken me forever to do on my own, despite the fact that I speak the language, right, or the dialect. But anyway, digressing. So one thing I want to tell you about ChatGPT is a lot of people I see say it's not doing what I want, or it sounds like somebody else. Well, in the 4.0 version, you can tell it who you are, and then what it does, it figures out how to sound like you. They've also now put that in the 3.5 version, which is a free version. And what you do, you go down here by your sign in, you click on the three dots, and it says custom instructions. And inside the custom instruction is how you tell it who you are. And so in here, it says, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses, right? And then if you click in it, it gives you little help. Where are you based? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? What subjects you talk about for hours? What are some goals you have? You can put anything, it is your thoughts, you can put anything in here. So, but the idea is that this is what it's going to use to determine, to make up your expressions. And if you don't, and if you, so it says, and you could, sorry, you have a little learn more things, you can go and check it out. And what I've done, I've just put all the stuff I have in here. I can talk about airline travel for hours. And you have 1,500 words. I've used 1,409. And so you just put everything here, where you're based, who you are, everything in here that you think that it's gonna use, and you can tell the tone and all the kind of good stuff. This little piece here, I attended a ChatGPT session, and this guy had a program. What the program does, it would I think you give it a blog post that you wrote, and it comes back and it tells you all these things about you. So I added that in here. How would you like ChatGPT to respond? And it gives you some thought starters here. How formal or casual? How long? How do you want to be addressed? And should ChatGPT have opinions on topics? And so I said response should be thorough unless otherwise requested. You should have opinions. And if I'm not making sense, tell me, because sometimes I don't. Be quite casual. And you can call me Kerwin. Let me put the capital K there. And we want to save that. And it says enable for new chats. So which means whenever I start new chats, it needs to use it. You could turn it off. And so so it just goes by whatever you have there. So now it knows who I am. And I could change that from any time, right? I mean, even I could tell it to ignore it and say, hey, you can just be hilarious if that's what you want to do. There is something that somebody said, they told ChatGPT to write something and think of it as a pirate. But when it stopped and they created a new window, it still was talking like a pirate. So that kind of stuff will happen. I think all you really need to do is just close the browser or log in and log out again, then it resets itself. It's a computer, right? Okay. You can do a lot with ChatGPT, right? But again, today, all we're going to do is just talk about Melbourne. So it's a brand new post. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to there's a post I created, and it's called Several Interesting Things About Melbourne, Australia. Interesting to do in Melbourne, Australia, right? And so one of the easier things to do if you want is you could actually go into WordPress and copy the text and then paste it in, or you can just do it from here. Whatever you want. I went to and it's fine. It's not gonna, whether you do the photos or not, it won't make a difference. So what I'm doing here basically is just copying everything that I wrote in this blog post on Melbourne, Australia. And it's been a while since I've been to Melbourne. I think they say Melbourne. think is how you pronounce it. I'm not Australian, so I'm going to mess that up. Okay. Then I'm going to copy that. Now what I do, I go back to ChatGPT and I just paste it in. And I'm just going to paste it in without any instructions. And it's just going to basically regurgitate it to me, right? Because it doesn't really know what I'm doing. I'm just putting information in there. And so, okay. So all it did was just repeat it. So now what I want to tell ChatGPT is, give me a summary. So I can say, give me and I like to be nice. I said, please give me a summary of this blog post. I could be more specific. I could even ask it to put it in a table. So let's say in a table, just to be different. And so what it's doing is it's creating the summary of the blog post. And I'll go down a little bit. And it's putting it in a table. The table provides quick overview of the essential information from the blog post, making it easier for travelers to plan their visit to Melbourne. And so voila, I have a quick table of all that information that I have in there. And if I want, I can put this anywhere in my blog. I can put it on social media. Basically, the travel duration is about 14 hours from the US. You do cross international date line. Airline serve in Melbourne. It just says Qantas, United, and many others. Airport to the city, smart bus, skybus, taxi. And this is all the stuff that it took from the blog post that I wrote. I have all this information in here. So it's a quick synopsis of what I wrote, right? Which would have taken me a long time to do. So now that I've got my summary, I'm going to be like, well, hey, ChatGPT, please create I'm going to do IG. I could also say Instagram carousel with this information. And now what it's going to do is, let me just go down a little bit. It's creating now what it started to do as of I think yesterday when I started to look at it. It actually went through more slides than I needed. But I could tell it 10 because I know that the weird thing is when I did this before, it actually only gave me 8 slides, which was perfect. But as you know, in Instagram carousel is only 11, right? So then I probably just need to tell it I'm 10, sorry, I just want 10. But what it started doing yesterday was it started to give me 2 things because it's trying to learn. And so what it's now saying is, well, it says, okay, I'm unable to create visual content directly, but I can guide you through how to create an Instagram carousel with the provided information. And so it says slide 1 should be an introduction, and the title should say, Visit in Melbourne, Australia, best introduction, brief introduction text. Now, what I can do with that brief introduction text, I can tell it, I can say, well, can you tell me what to use? Instead of just telling me brief introduction text, and it will do it. I'll show you in a sec. And so this is one response. And the other response, because it's trying to read, says, which response do you prefer? Your choice will help make ChatGPT better. And the one on the right says, creating an IG carousel, Instagram. See, it knows that IG is Instagram. With text can be a bit challenging due to the limited text space per slide. However, I can provide you with the textual representation that you can use to create an IG carousel manually. Each slide should contain one piece of information and a brief tip. You can then create the carousel using an image editing or graphic design tool. So I like that response on the right better than the response on the left. But anyway, let's see what slide 1 says. Planning a trip to Melbourne, Australia. Here are some essential tips for an amazing journey. So that's my first slide, my introduction slide. In slide 2, I'm going to do from the US West Coast, expect a 14-hour flight to Melbourne. And so that's kind of what I'm putting on each of the slides. obviously I can add photos to them if I want to, right? But if I'm just creating these slides, it's pulling out all the items that are there that now all I can do is just copy and paste this into Canva or Adobe Express or whatever tool I'm using, and I got my slides done. Now there are only 14, there are 14 slides here, and you know that IG only has 11, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, it's asking me which response do I prefer, and I'm going to click on this and say I prefer response 2. Okay, and so it's giving me a response 2. And now I'm going to tell it, and I think it still has the second one that's in there, right? Which is kind of cool. So although I like this one better, it still shows me, it still keeps the other one. Now I'm going to tell it to crunch that into 10, and just say, hey, and you can just talk to it, right? IG only has 10 slides for the carousel. Can you, it's funny, even if you make spelling mistakes, it's okay, it still understands it. IG only has, oops, I said had, but I leave it as had, but it has 10 slides for the carousel. Can you please redo to accommodate this? ACC or MMO, accommodate is one of those weird words, right? 2 C's, 2 M's. And so now it's thinking, it's like, certainly I have reviewed. Now I have 10 slides, basically. And see, now I have 10. You can use these 10 slides to create your Instagram carousel pairing, each with suitable images or graphics to enhance the video appeal. So you've got your 10 slides that you can promote with this. Now, the next thing you can do, you can say, can you please create a reel? Can you create a script? SCRIPT for a reel based as well. And now it's going to give me a script. Certainly, here's a script for the Instagram reel. So it tells me what slide 1 should be, camera fades in, cut to a map, show logos of airlines that fly, things to do, see slide 9, and it's referencing the slides that it has, right? So you can create your reel and you have a script that you can use. You can also say, I'd also like to create a YouTube video. Can you also create a script for me? And what it's going to do, it's going to come back and give me a script on, it tells what the introduction is. It tells you exciting background music, first things first, the journey itself. You talk about the airline serving, and what it's actually doing is taking the summary and creating the video from the summary itself. But it's pretty good, I think, right? So it's giving me a 6-minute video, it thinks, and it says me everything to do. It says, feel free to adapt the script to your style and add visuals, music, and personal anecdotes to create an engaging, informative YouTube video. If I don't like what it's doing with accommodations and conclusion, I can say, can you tweak the accommodations and conclusion section? I don't like it. And yeah, I'm not worried about the spelling. It'll fix all that. And so it's gonna, what it's not gonna do is gonna rewrite the accommodation section and the conclusion section. And so now you have your script. You can, if you have a VA, you can pass it off. I can pass off the script to the VA, and then they can do work on it, and then you can go enjoy Melbourne. Now, the other piece that I wanted to do was, it's been a while since I've been to Melbourne. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to pitch the Melbourne Tourism Board, um, and say I want to come back and see Melbourne, because I need updated content, etc. So I'm going to say, please write me a pitch for a pitch to the Melbourne Tourism Board. Tourism, I can't spell. To the Melbourne Tourism Board. Please let me pitch about the Melbourne Tourism, to the Melbourne Tourism Board, based on the conversations here. Um, find an angle for me in the pitch. It's been a while since I've been to Melbourne, and so I need new content. And I'd also like to know what are the latest goings on in goings on in Melbourne, so that I can advise my airline EMPLOE, airline employees and aviation crew professionals. I also have a high number of seniors in my audience. So be sure and I include information about this in the pitch. Okay. And, I can go back and fix the spelling if I need to, but I don't really have to, because it's actually figuring out that the stuff is spelled wrong. And I go. So now it's thinking, and in a few seconds, it's giving me the two thing again. So it says, and so this is my pitch. It's a little lengthy, but you can fix it if you want, right? And it's just going through, and then it's all done. And so if I go back up and review it, it's telling me okay. So it's the Dear Melbourne Tourism Board team. And of course, if you have somebody's name, you can put the name in. It also gives you a subject that you can use if you want to. One subject is collaborative community, showing the best of Melbourne for discerning travelers. Collaborative opportunities, showing Melbourne's allure to a senior travel audience. So it depends on what your angle. So clearly the angle on the right is a senior angle, and the angle on the left is just look at the regular one. So it knows my name and it knows who I am. So it tells you up front. Again, we can, this is what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a template, and you can do whatever you want with it. I'm reaching out today with the exciting prospect of partnering with the Melbourne Tourism Board to create fresh, engaging content, blah, 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 blah. And it goes through, it says, I have 16 years experience in travel. I'm eager to find out what's going on. It says a significant portion of my followers are seniors, a demographic that values comprehensive and insightful travel advice tailored to their unique presence and needs. So it's looking at what I just told it. And as you can see what's on the right. So the right angle is rediscovering Melbourne, a senior-friendly exploration. And so if the Melbourne Tourism Board wants to get more seniors to come, then this might be a really good proposal. I may actually use this one. So, you can tell you, here's the left, I'm reading the left one. Here's how our collaboration can benefit both parties, latest insights and events, tailored content to seniors, extensive reach and engagement, authentic and reliable recommendation. And it's a pitch, right? I mean, you can use this, you can change whatever you want in it. Um, benefits of collaboration, and it goes through. And I like going to write better because it gives me a little more. And of course, it tells me how to end my thing. Benefits that could increase visibility, access to a diverse and engaged audience of aviation professionals and seniors. First inspiring content showcases Melbourne allure. And so it's very cool stuff. So let's say I like this one. This one I like. Now what I will do is I will copy this, I'll paste it, and I'll go into my editing mode, and I'll edit it and I'll tailor it. And if I don't like it, I can say, can you please give me another version? And what it's going to do, it's going to give me another version ad nauseum. It did, right? It just goes through and does whatever you ask it for. So this would take you a long time to come up with a pitch, right? And so this is something that you can do. I'm not saying it's got perfect pitch, but it gives you somewhere to start. The other thing too is that this particular blog post, maybe I don't like the title. So I could say, oh, I forgot. Can you give me 5 topics to use as I guess headline titles for the blog post that I pasted initially, and it will come back and give me some titles. And so now I could fix those titles in my initial thing, if that's what I wanted. So there's a lot you can do about this. One thing you can do is you can say also, tell me 5 things to do in Melbourne. And I can say as a senior, or I could say anything. I'll just put 10 things to do in Melbourne at night, for example. At night in January, since that's when I'm thinking of going. Now, yes, I know it's not, it's 2021 is the time that it has, but I can still get some things that I can do. Because if you look at it, there's a Moonlight Cinema in the Royal Botanical Garden. Stroll along South Bank Promenade. I think South Bank Promenade is still the same. The Yarra River has not changed. It's been there forever. Explore the night markets in January. Many of Melbourne night markets are in full swing. Head to the Queen Victoria Market, to the South Melbourne Night Market for a diverse range of food and all that. So now what I can actually do, I can go attend a live music show, rooftop bar hopping. So you can go look and find out what all the bars are. And let's say the night market, for example, because sometimes the information is not correct, right? So let's go to Google, and we're going to search for I'm MELBOUR Melbourne night markets, and apparently it's a thing. And yeah, this is, I have the I think, what is it called, the Google generative AI experiment turned on, and so it's giving me information. So it says the winter night market is a Melbourne winter event that takes place at Queen Victoria Market. 2023 season runs from June 7th to August 30th, every Wednesday evening from 5 to 10. So you see the difference. So I said I wanted something in July, and it's giving me something in January, and now it's giving me stuff that's here in June to June 7th to August 30th. And so the best thing to do is to go find the website for the winter night markets in Melbourne from 5 p.m. every Wednesday. So that's winter. And that's summer. So there is some events in March. Oh, here we go. Winter night market. But well, actually, Queen Victoria Market is what I want because I don't necessarily want winter. So there might be something, and it's actually a PDF that they have. So when it gives you the information, it is up to you to go and research it. Or if you've been there, you can make sure that the information is applicable to what you're doing. You know, don't just always take whatever it says when it talks about destination information and things like that, because it may not be current. Because it's well, ChatGPT only goes to 2021. So that gives you some idea of what you can do with it, in terms of it's not just about writing and it's not just about writing. Oh, and also if you put something in and it's incorrect, you can say, hey, this is not right, and it'll fix it. As long as you know what it is that's not right, right? So clearly, like number 3 is kind of questionable, because now you need to go make sure that you can find the night markets in January in Melbourne, and that's something easy that you can do, because what you can actually do to verify that, you can go to Melbourne tourism website, or visit Melbourne. What are they? So here they are, visit Melbourne. So you can go to visit Melbourne, and then you can search to visit accept all. You can search to visit Melbourne. I can't speak properly. If they have a search, here we go. Let's find a search. And I didn't do the night markets when I went. But if you do night markets, they should give you a list of the night markets. And so here you go. They have the summer night market. Remember that their seasons is flipped. So we have summer now. They have winter. So just bear that in mind. And Stay Soft Night Market, free entry, Melbourne Shopping Market. So this is kind of what you would do if you want to cross-reference the information that there, or provide URLs or stuff like that. So they have quite a bit of markets that's there. I was there for like 2-3 days when I went, and I didn't do any of the night markets. But this is a Queen Victoria Market that they were talking about, which looks like it's always open. It's not just a winter thing. And that will give you more information about that. Good. So there you have it. Kind of different ways that you can use ChatGPT to help you. I can stop sharing. And I hope this was helpful and give you an idea not to think of it in one way, but think of it as how you can create an entire marketing campaign around a destination that you visited, and you can have it help you create content pieces for other things. There's another thing I can tell you before I go is, let's say you go and you create a video. There is a tool called Opus Pro. And what Opus Pro is pretty cool. What you do is you put a video in, and I can show you. This video is longer than I anticipated, but what I'll do, I'll share my screen again, and I will bring up Opus Pro because I just want to show you guys practical things that you can do. So it's Opus Pro. Okay, let me just sign in. Okay, so this is the plan that it has, but it gives you I think it gives you like, I think I got like 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that for free. I'm actually gonna buy the plan because I think I think it actually works. I've used it. If you look at my channel, you see some of my uh the videos. So basically what it does is I've got 18 minutes left. It takes my videos and it chops them up, and it chops them up into little pieces. And so for example, I've been doing a whole bunch of video about travel, of course. And so I did one yesterday. And what it does, it cuts up the videos. And it's saying, so this one was about 12 things you should do to make your travel experience better. And what it does, it cuts it up. So the first one, and it tells you how good it is. This video effectively grabs attention with its engaging hook sentence, providing practical advice and approaching agents while traveling. It offers clear and logical instructions, valuable tips from personal experiences, and is in line with the trending topic of travel tips. Overall, the video is well structured and informative. Improvements could be made by including a call to action for viewers. And the score is 99. And so what it did, it went and it took 52 seconds out of I think the video was like, 15 minutes or something like that. And it does a whole bunch of the clips that I can use. And it tells me how the clips are doing. And I can tell it where to start. I can actually edit some of the words. It's not perfect, but I was considering that I would have to go through the video. This is a video that was done horizontal. So now what I would have to do is go through the video and cut those pieces out myself and then make them vertical, right? And this software just do it. I just give it the URL, or I can upload a video and it does it. So I'll give you and it scores it. It tells you, how good it is. Does it grab attention? Does the video need more work? So you can use that when you are creating other videos and bear that in mind. So this one I did was about security, and this is 29 seconds. I'll put that real quick for you. When you get to security, make sure you have your, be ready, right? Have your ID out, have your boarding pass out. Sometimes all they need is your ID. You never know what they need, so just have them both out and have them ready. Do not put your boarding pass in your mouth and then hand it to the security person, or put your ID in your mouth and then hand it to a secure person. That's very gross. I've seen people do it. Just don't do it. So when you get to security, okay, so you get an idea, right? Then you can hit download, and you can download it, and then you can share it on your because it's a vertical. You can do a YouTube short. You can do if you have TikTok, you can do TikTok. I'm not a TikToker. I have a TikTok account, but I'm terrible at it. And although I could just upload it to TikTok and say, yep, it's there. And the other piece too is I can do an Instagram reel out of it. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And what I do is I have them normal video. Then I have this video here, and I'll show that as a short, and then I pin the comment that says go watch the regular video. When I do my Instagram story, I said, hey, go watch my Instagram reel, and here's a link to the rest of the travel hacks, quote unquote. You can edit it. So when you click on edit, it'll take you into there and do the edit for you. And it shows you the pieces that it took. And you can cut parts out of the video. The tool is not 100% perfect. I don't necessarily, you can also add the intro caption and it'll show up here if you want. So you can put that on the video, or you can turn it off. You can go down here and you can even change the color. So if I don't want this to be green, I can change I can keep it white. I don't know if I can do, looks like I only have two colors apparently. But you can add emojis, like it has an emoji that really doesn't make any sense. I think it's a basketball. I don't know why I put a basketball because it said boarding pass. So you can change that if you click on it. You can also edit the words that's in here, because sometimes it doesn't pick up the words properly. And sometimes you realize that when you're speaking, you don't say the full words, at least for me anyway. And you can edit the video, and you can snip it and clip it and stuff like that. So I can stop sharing there. So that's Opus Clip. Opus Pro is the name of the software, and it's a game changer. There are others out there, but this is the one that I've been working with. But I've gone in for too long, and I just wanted to. Hopefully, this is helpful. If you get any questions at all, just let me know, and I'll try to help you. But remember, AI is just a tool. You are still the expert. And just like any other tool, you learn how to use it. And if you don't like the tool, you just don't use the tool, right? I just wanted to share those, and I hope you like them. This is Kerwin. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.